9 minutes now to 7 o'clock. We've got Scholar Holler coming up in just a little bit. But for now, I'm wanting us to turn the attention to what is happening as far as the arts is concerned. And I heard from somebody the other day, theaters are open. I was like, really? They are? I'd even lost track of the fact that there's live performing happening in a city. Somebody we speak to from time to time is marketing manager for the Baxter Theatre in Rondebosch, Fahiem Stellenboom, joining us not just only live on the show, but also live on Facebook. Fahiem, good morning.
Good morning, Aidan. If I look like and sound like I'm fast asleep, it is because I am. I've been cheated by your grant there. He asked me if I would do an interview, and I said certainly, and to create a link. And he's like no live, looking no makeup on, looking the way I do. But anyway, I'm here. And how are you?
I'm very well, as they say in theatre circles, the show must go on for him. And this is the story. It needs performance, and right now we need you to perform. Sans makeup.
Okay. I normally leave that for other people to do, but I'll try my best. Yeah.
All right. Listen, I mean, you and I have been chatting over the course of almost 18 months now during lockdown, just about arts and the future of arts and productions and performances and all of the auxiliary services that go with it, and everything is just ground to a spectacular halt. Where are we? I mean, I know you can speak with authority about the Baxter, but I mean, just as an industry, though, I think much of what you've got to say would then be echoed by other theatre houses and with other productions and so on. Where are we at the moment, though?
You know what? I think that you introduced this perfectly well. It's a sort of thing of wat gaan aan, where are we, what's going on, and certainly as the Baxter, we took and made that decision because you can't also confuse audiences. At the moment, we're sitting at level 3. We're sitting, being allowed 50 people into the theatre. A huge, our main theatre that you have performed on that stage is a 680 seater. To get 50 people in there is quite a devastating experience for audience and for artists. So that's difficult. What is more is that it doesn't make any financial sense to perform to 50 people. It's going to cost you more to in a time that's so difficult to kind of to mount the show, to produce the show, than it is to get income. And as you know, most artists, most theatres rely on income for their existence. So it's a difficult situation. Hopefully it'll change soon. The current state is just that we are in at lockdown level 3. We only allowed 50 people, and that is financially prohibitive for any theatre.
Yeah, I mean, I was at a production. In fact, I think one of the last productions, Mark Lottering did a thing. And I mean, that was 8 months ago, maybe even longer. I mean, it was nice being in the theater, but I mean, come on, you've got one of the best comedians in the country up on stage, and you've got some laughs in the auditorium because it's empty. Everybody's sort of staggered. Just that feeling of being in a theater and sharing a communal experience, that can't be replicated with only 50 people there, man.
Absolutely. And this is exactly why, as the Baxter, we took the decision we're not going to live stream either, because there's nothing like this experience. I mean, theatre is theatre for what it is. It's not television. It's not a live streaming. It's that experience of sitting amongst other people, kind of hearing somebody respond to your terrible laugh, or or you kind of respond to iemand wat agter wat so lekker lag, that response to it. So there's a whole lot of things that is involved when when you're immersed in the theatrical experience, being able to see the performance live. And of course, as you know, where one night will be completely different to the other, for the artist as well. And there's nothing that can replace that. And it's interesting because I've said over and over, yes, we're going through a difficult time and we need to bite the bullet here and sort of see how we're able to work this. But the bottom line is theatre has been around since the times of the early Greeks. It's withstood pandemics. It's withstood world wars and things. So we'll get to that point. And what I think, for me, the saddest thing at the moment is what government is not realizing, because every time we've had our family meetings, our president has been lovely in addressing everything and trying to be as kind of microscopic as he can. and referring to various sectors. Every sector is always referred to except the theatre. It's being left out. And I think the theatre is going to become that tool for healing when we get to a point of normality. Sure, we have to be very, very safe and we have to take care. We, of course, the building is very much, all protocol observed. But the bottom line is that you have to perform to 50 people. It just doesn't make sense. We can't do that. It's it doesn't work for theatres at all, and it's a shame,
For sure. All right, talk to me about your big birthday. I'd even missed that. I'm so out of touch with what's going on in the arts world. I mean, somebody said earlier the Baxter turned 40 or 50. I had no idea it even happened.
No. Well, it's between the two, yeah. So on the 1st of August, we were 44 years old.
All right.
It really is quite a feat if you consider. Remember, the Baxter doesn't get funding from the national government. We all, we all know what's going on at government level. So, and even from the funding, the relief funding, there were all sorts of things going wrong there. We didn't benefit from that either. But we've been going for 44 years thanks to our relationship with UCT. We're part of UCT, who pays 30% of our operational costs. The other 70% we raise through income from sales, which is non-existent.
Which is not happening.
It's not happening, So we're 44 and strong and going on, and we're going towards 45 next year. We opened in those dark days, and I hope it was a better day than it is this morning that we opened 44 years ago. But yeah, we're still going strong, and as I said, we're part of UCT, and that will, because people have often worried will the Baxter close? So that is our safety net, and we are part, and they do take care. And we have to find other ways of doing things. We're preparing now for a great season in September. So we look at these pockets. It's like when you saw Mark Lottering, at the end of 2019, beginning last year. Last year. You see, I don't even. It was
last year,
the end of last year, yeah, exactly. We closed early because there was the second wave, and now we're in the third wave. When we see that these potential pockets, then we try and stage things and see what we can do, even with the 50. But those productions are often funded so that it doesn't cost us a cent. They're commissioned or funded. So we're planning that season now for September. But it really is a hard slog, and I think people often sort of say all the industries, and we know this, we are all affected by it, all sectors, all industries are affected. But I do think that, because as you, again, also quite rightly opened up with by saying, it's not only us, it's the artists, it's the technicians, it's the backstage team, it's the creatives. There's a whole world around that experience that is being created for an audience member when they come.
All right. Fahiem, listen, I know tough times. You guys are weathering that storm beautifully. I hope the next time we chat, it's a far more pleasant discussion, far more positive, and that they're just people on the planks performing, man. That's ultimately what we want. We're being starved, stop feeding our soul.
Yes, no, absolutely. Aiden, before we go there, one thing, if I can punt the fact that we've got our Baxter Coffee Angels, 30 Rand a month is all that we ask. There we go. Thank you. Oh my word, our controller is on it. I can't believe it.
The visuals are all on Facebook.
Yeah, he's not trying to impress me, you see, for getting me up without makeup talking to you this morning. But yeah, our coffee, it's 30 Rand a month, and that is really something that helps us a great deal. It kind of offsets a lot of our loss. And we understand the current the implications of COVID on people's pockets, and that's why we kept it as low as 30 Rand. And we would like to encourage the heart listeners to certainly be part of that, and become a Baxter Coffee Angel, as we call it.
All right, we'll put those details up on this Facebook post, so just navigate your way to our Facebook page. You'll find it all there. Fahiem, thanks so much for your time. You have a top-class day, all right?
You too. Lovely chatting to you. All the best.
There we go. Fahiem Stellenboom looks after marketing at the Baxter Theatre. Not a hang of a lot going on there at the moment, sadly. But then again, that's the case not only for theatres in this country, but around the world.